Throughout our lives, we've experienced the unexplainable, from bright apparitions to dark entities, changing our perspectives on the afterlife. Now we seek answers and intend to capture evidence of paranormal existence. These are our paranormal experiences. Ever since 1898, when mysterious lights were seen flying over Curry Harbour on King Island, Tasmania has continually experienced unidentified flying objects. However, what is a UFO? Well, according to our UFO history, a UFO is simply a phenomenon whose appearance and/or behaviour cannot be ascribed to the conventional, natural or man-made causes, firstly by the original observer, and then by those conducting a common-sense investigation using the latest information and techniques available. The mysterious lights of the early 20th century, the early days. While strange lights were seen around Curry Harbour in 1898, similar mysterious lights were also reported from nearby parts of the world, including New Zealand and mainland Australia. We do need to consider that the conjunction of Venus and Jupiter in the year 1909 may well explain some cases, but not all. This event was reported on the 21st November in Adelaide, 1902. Two men taking weather reports at an observatory examined a slow-moving, meteor-like object flying through the sky. Although described as a meteor, there were several strange aspects to the object. It was observed for around 4 minutes, and it was described as looking like a planetary disk before changing shape and disappearing. Quote, yesterday morning the same phenomenon was noticed, this time when it rose at 3:40 am, and notwithstanding that the sky was densely overcast and raining, this enigmatical luminous body was easily discernible in all of its brilliance. It floated in the heavens for some time, and then gradually disappeared. Ultimately, it came into view again with its cometic trail and gradually became obscured. End quote. The correspondent speculated that he may have seen Venus with a comet-like trail caused by cloud effects. While this may be a possible explanation, it is unlikely that he would have observed Venus in such a densely overcast condition, and would he really have described Venus as an enigmatical luminous body that floated in the heavens? Over the next 2 years, more meteor-like phenomena were reported in Adelaide, each reappearing, disappearing, and leaving a cometic trail. At the time, it was believed that it could have been Venus, along with heavy cloud coverage, creating this cometic tail. However, on the 14th of February 1911, one case involved a tadpole-shaped object that changed direction. Quote, on Saturday night, about 8:30 p.m, I and another person saw a strange light in the sky in the west. It was much too big for a meteor, and was travelling too slowly and had no bright centre. It was a cloudy night, and the light appeared at the back of the clouds. It might be described as resembling a tadpole in shape, and it travelled horizontally from west to southwest. About 8 minutes later, it reappeared and moved from southwest to west. Unquote. A few years previous in Tasmania, on the 25th of August 1909, a shape of a torpedo was sighted over Colebrook between 8 and 9 p.m. However, another witness reports that from their position it looked like an umbrella-like UFO, with head and side lights, which flashed at times like the searchlights of a warship. Like the Adelaide sighting, it soon disappeared. One witness the very next day, Mr. J. Tabart, again saw the same UFO on the Sunday evening at about 10 o'clock. According to the UFO history, this could have been a hoax using an elaborate kite and numerous lanterns. A few months later, a supposed airship with similar lights were reported near Clutha River in New Zealand. This UFO had been seen throughout the day and into the early evening. Quote, one gentleman who had heard the noise last evening saw an object with 4 to 5 bright lights. The sound was like a foghorn. He was quite satisfied that it was not an airship, whatever it was. Unquote. Continuing, the man explained that the object's light seemed to disappear, but was not convinced that the object had gone beyond the nearby Akator Hills. While the gentlemen were observing this object, a nearby onlooker had seen these lights. Arriving home around 7 p.m, Mrs. Hamilton saw the lights in the sky and blew her horn to attract attention to the object. thus explaining the strange object's supposed foghorn sound and possible light show seen by the onlooking gentleman. However, this small explanation was never confirmed. In Zion, 1914, John Dunn, John Ware Jr. and others at Silver Bell sighting saw an unusual light in the sky. The group of observers explained that the light appeared to be heading from Macquarie Harbour towards Mount Dundas, where it finally disappeared. When visibility permitted, observers witnessed two distinct lights appearing from this UFO. When the lights were not directly visible, rays of light were reportedly thrown down to Earth.